What's going on, guys? It's Frito here for your Overwatch with, I guess, our first official Overwatch 2 news roundup. We were wondering when the marketing push was going to begin. Today, Play Overwatch released the official Overwatch 2 launch trailer. Declared when Overwatch 1 was going down and how to transition yourself into Overwatch 2. We'll cover some backlash to some of the recent announcements and other tidbits we found along the way. Important to note, the Overwatch 1 servers will go down temporarily before launch. Overwatch 1 will shut down approximately 9 a.m. PDT on October 3rd. This means October 2nd is your last full day to play the original Overwatch. And Overwatch 2 is anticipated to be live worldwide at approximately 12 p.m. PDT October 4th. If you like 6v6, get your last rounds in before it's gone. I won't be joining you. I can't wait for Overwatch 2, okay? Now, if you're an existing player or a Watchpoint pack owner, the blog post from today warns that you should activate your SMS protection early, which we spoke about in our previous video today. SMS Protect, as well as the other systems, are intended to help fight against hackers, disruptive players, alt accounts, etc. You'll want to grab your phone number, head on over to account.battle.net and confirm the SMS text message. Remember, the country code for the number is restricted to the designated country listed on your Battle.net account, and certain types of phone numbers, including prepaid and voice over IP, cannot be used for SMS Protect because those numbers are easily regenerated, right? You can't have 100 burner phones and 100 alt accounts with them. That's not how Overwatch 2 is going to work. Next up, you'll want to pre-download Overwatch 2 to ensure you're able to play right away on launch day. If you own Overwatch 1 or the Watchpoint pack, you can start to pre-download Overwatch 2 starting approximately 1:30 p.m. PDT on September 30th. But keep in mind, it's a 50 GB download. But slightly different for existing console users. On PC, you can pre-download on the 30th, but consoles, thanks to probably the red tape they always put up for Blizzard, I would assume, quickest you can pre-download it is launch day 3 hours before the official launch. So not great. 9 a.m. PDT. And the last step for pre-existing users and Watchpoint owners, be sure to merge your accounts. Because thanks to cross-progression, you'll want to merge your multiple accounts so that it's in a single profile and you have access to all your goodies if you play Overwatch on multiple platforms. For new players, the download process is a bit different. You'll have to wait to download until launch day, which if you're excited to play right away, you might want to just get the Watchpoint pack to ensure you can play with everybody else that is in line. Oftentimes, Blizzard servers will have a wait list to get in and play with such a big launch like this. But then on top of that, of course, you will also need to SMS Protect, add your phone number, and have a Battle.net account to begin with. Remember, that's all required for every platform, including any console. Moving on in the news, recently, a lot of the Blizzard devs and executives were doing interviews, and there was an extra article that just got posted today that was shaven off from the Game Informer interview. Sort of a passing comment by John Spector that drops quite a bombshell about how they're going about Overwatch 2. Game Informer asks if they would ever consider collaborations with major brands similar to Warzone or Fortnite, who collabed with Dragon Ball Super, Attack on Titan, and Snoop Dogg. John Spector replied in saying, "We've seen some really fun examples out there of games working with other brands or other games. I'm a big anime nerd myself. I think it's super cool when I see Naruto appear in Fortnite. I don't even play Fortnite, but that's awesome." And as we look at the Overwatch 2 space, those are things that we're interested in exploring. If and when we do that, one of our key values is to do it in a way that feels like a great fit for the Overwatch franchise. So we've been more focused on those collaborations as the stuff we might be interested in doing and less on the ads in our game type stuff. The article goes on to explain that the reason why they might not want to do that or not feel the need to put ads in their game for other products and games is that they're going to be relying on the battle pass to sell both high quality cosmetics and the fast route to getting the new content, which in the grand scheme of the game market is a rather direct way for the developer and publisher to be incentivized to produce continuous content. John Spector explains, "We want to be in a position to sustain content delivery for years to come. And so we ask ourselves, how do we align the revenue system in the game against that goal? We always want to make sure things in the game feel fair and rewarding for players, regardless of whether they choose to spend money. We believe that's the best way to support the game on an ongoing basis. It's a really big shift versus asking players to spend $40 or $60 to come in the door, and having different monetization models after that. So that clears up that thought process. Interesting to see. Cross-brand collaborations is doable, but seems like they won't allow it to invade the integrity of the game or not seem like a good fit just for a quick buck, because they're getting their money elsewhere in a more straightforward way. Some news articles were not so kind or charitable to the recent announcement in the previous blog article that we covered. It might seem like a bit rude for new players that are accessing the free-to-play game have to unlock the original hero roster from Overwatch 1. It's like, oh, you already existed as a game and now you're gating that old content? Yeah, I can kind of see how that sounds scummy, but I think the trick is reading the bit of misrepresentation from this subtitle. It says the old hero roster is free, but you have to unlock them if you've never played the original Overwatch. And I think the specific actual word might be if you've never bought the original Overwatch. So if you never paid for anything ever, like, yeah, you get all the old stuff for free through unlocking it over time. You don't get it all at once unless you get the Watchpoint pack, but you get the whole game for free anyway. And if you already did pay for it, none of that happens to you. So I don't know. It just doesn't seem like there's a loser to be found in any perspective unless you like deliberately try to misunderstand what's happening. Another article, Overwatch 2 will record voice chat, requires a phone number to play, with the sad Tracer image. Aww. Well, based on your guys' comments from my previous video, I think a lot of players might even be more strict on being happy to be recorded than I might be. I suppose if you feel you don't ever say anything offensive, then the audio transcription system that we detailed in the previous video that will recall an audio recording if a player is reported. It's like recording it behind the scenes, and then if you report, it goes to look at the log. Not something that they're combing through all the time to try to pull off some sort of Skynet apocalyptic future. I hope not. We definitely wouldn't have seen it coming in Overwatch of all places, but instead is a tool that they're trying to use to clean up the game. And I surely don't think anyone who plays and cares about hackers and smurfs minds that there's cell phone verification to play. Those just seem like good things, but I mean, games journalists have to title their article something, I guess. Overwatch 2 on Twitch is the new category. You will no longer find Overwatch 1. They have merged into one. And that's it for now. I'm curious on where the marketing of the game is going to go with the new launch trailer just coming out today. They seem to be bigging up this Watchpoint pack as their, let's say, KPI or key performance indicator, seeing as that's the thing they're putting in front to focus on. In the pack, you get the Season 1 Battle Pass, 12 legendary and epic skins, 2,000 Overwatch coins, which you either can use for premium cosmetics or for future battle passes, and instant access to the Overwatch Legendary Edition. So all the benefits of being an Overwatch 1 owner. While yes, there will be some free players that don't buy into this system and won't have Kiriko, as we've gone at great length to explain, I think once you get your hands on the game next week, you will quickly realize that that is entirely fine for the new game that Overwatch 2 is. I've seen a lot of naysaying on the internet, still under the belief that Overwatch 2 is not a worthy sequel, but at the same time, they had been addressing the launch as the early access to Overwatch 2, because the full game, of course, really kicks into shape next year with the PvE. But as a dedicated player, all I can tell you is I cannot wait to get 5v5 to be live. Do I really have to wait a week, Blizzard? Have you been seeing the Overwatch 2 gameplay I've been putting in videos? I love this game. There's so much playmaking, interconnectivity, and a serious lack of BS on my screen at all times, like I witnessed for so many years in Overwatch 1. I'm ready to rip the band-aid off. Good riddance, Overwatch 1. It was nice while it lasted, but we needed to really move forward into this new design, and I can't wait to properly kick it off with all of you October 4th. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave it a like, and don't forget to hit subscribe and click the bell icon to actually get notified when our upcoming videos come out. Lots more Overwatch 2 content planned. That's been it for me. I've been Frito for your Overwatch. I'll see you guys next time.